Hey everyone. Oh my gosh, y'all. I can't believe we've just done this. Like a whole load of dirt, some timber. We're going to build some raised beds. I bought on a whim yesterday 100 onion plants. So we're going to plant some onions, y'all. So we're going to get this unloaded and I'll be back with you in a minute. Whew, y'all. I'm back. A little out of breath. That was a lot. Here's what we got. We got 8 castle bed builders. So we're going to raise some easy, very easy raised beds. With these raised beds, these are not going to be here permanently. We're going to have them just this year. And then we're going to actually turn that into a hedge of arborvitae along the road here. We're at the bottom of our driveway, by the way. We also got 4 8-foot long 2x6s. So this will make a 12-inch tall bed. We're not going to fill it all the way full. This is just going to be for onions, so we don't need a lot of depth. So we're going to do an 8x4. So we got 4-foot 2x6s to go on the ends as well. Again, 4 of those so that we can make it 12 inches tall. For our dirt, we went simple with just a flower and vegetable garden soil. We only really have Lowe's here or Home Depot as our option, so the soil that we can get is pretty limited. This would not be my first choice, but it's okay. Again, one growing season, it's going to be fine. These are onions. This does have fertilizer in it, which I absolutely hate. But again, only option I had, so it'll be fine. The onions need the fertilizer, so it should do just fine. Next, we got black cow fertilizer. This is pure poop. Again, probably not the best, but it is going to be pretty good. And these onions are going to need a lot of nutrients. They really feed heavy, so they're going to need the extra nutrition. We're going to feed them really well as well. We're going to start them off with a little bit of a biotone starter fertilizer, and then we'll fertilize with garden tone as we go throughout the season, probably 2, maybe 3 times this season. We have some really good onions. So we're going to have to pause for today. Michael and I both have to go to work. So we're going to go to work and we'll be back out tomorrow to finish it up. So it's been a couple of days since our intro video. Apologies for the sun. It's really bright out today. Reason for that are a couple different things. One, Michael and I both work. So we do these projects when we're not working, which sometimes can take a few days to complete. But let me tell you, this was super easy. This raised bed was amazingly easy. I had a really good time doing it. It wasn't really difficult. I mean, lugging bags of dirt, you can see those back there. That was hard, but otherwise not bad at all. Really easy to put together, and I'm going to show you what that looks like here in just a moment. Another thing too is anytime that we put out fresh dirt, doesn't matter where or what project it is, we always have critters that want to dig around in it. So I like to put it out a couple days early before I'm ready to actually plant. That way they have time to get in there, figure out that there's nothing in there, and then they leave us alone. So we've done that. Everything's set. So let me show you what we're going to do today. All right, so this is what we've got going on. I got all my supplies here, my kneeling pad, my gloves, my biotone. We're going to use plenty of biotone today, and we're going to plant some onions. I love onions, and I've already mentioned in a previous video that we have deer really bad here. So onions are the one crop where they should leave it completely alone. Again, nothing is deer proof, but they really don't like onions. They don't taste good to them, so they should leave them alone. I got a couple of peppers as well. just a regular jalapeno and a green bell. I'm going to plant it in the center and hope that the smell of the onions keeps everything away. I'll probably put a couple of zinnias or marigolds, something that they don't like, maybe some lavender as well, near the pepper plants so that maybe they'll leave it alone. All right, so let me show you the varieties that we have. I got 4 different kinds of onions. I think we're going to love all of these. So I got a Vidalia. I can't pronounce it. I'm sorry. You know what it is because they sell them in the grocery store. Green bunching onions. These are going to be the first ones we plant because they'll be the first that we harvest. I love a good green onion. Candy onions and red onions. I'm really hoping that with the amount of food we've placed in this bed, we're going to get some really big bulbs on these. So let's talk about the bed. Here it is. I mentioned how easy this was. Incredibly easy to do. These I think they're called castle blocks from Lowe's. I think Home Depot has them as well. So incredibly easy. And this is going to be a temporary bed. It's not going to stay here permanently. This will eventually be what we hope will be our driveway for our new home that we're going to build in the next year or so. So we'll end up taking this part at the end of the season and moving it somewhere else. But I can show you it was real easy to build. We actually just put it together in about 10 minutes. Show you there in a little bit of a clip. I got a little video of it. You basically just put the blocks out, put your wood in to the little slots there, and you're good to go. That's all there is to it. This bed is 8 long by 4 wide, so I basically just bought 2x6 planks in an 8-foot and 4-foot length. So really easy, didn't even have to cut any wood. It was really easy to do. Then we put the bag dirt in, and that was the hardest part of the whole thing. Loading that dirt into the bed is the hardest part, and something that I don't particularly care to do again. But I wouldn't mind to have a second bed. I wouldn't mind to put out some potatoes or something to go along with the onions, and that may be something that we do later. If we have room in this bed, once we get the onions out, I have 100 sets. So once we get the onions out, if I have room, I'm going to go ahead and do that as well. So, but again, the dirt, that was the hardest part. All right, so with this as well, the dirt is just standard dirt. There's nothing special about the dirt that we used. You can use the raised bed dirt. Any dirt will do. But we really dressed it up with manure. We used cow manure, black gold from Lowe's as well, and I put about 1 inch of that on the top and then raked it in really good so it's really nice and mixed up. These onions are going to want a lot of food, so you're going to want to feed them as you go. We will biotone these today to give them a little bit of food to start, and we'll end up doing garden tone probably 2 more times, probably every at least once a month. These are going to want to feed, and I want some really nice big bulbs. I know those candy onions should give us a really, really nice big bulb onion. So my parents love onions too, so we're going to store these up in their basement and dry them out really good for all year. So we'll have them as long as we want. All right, so we're going to start here with our green bunching onions. I just want to show you kind of how I do this because I've actually seen people, please don't do this yourself, I've seen people plant this whole pot, and we don't want you to do that. So you're going to take everything out. These have some really nice roots as well. So take it out of the pot, and you're just going to pull it apart. They should fall apart pretty easily. There they go. And then just pull them gently out. There we go. And there's one onion. And we're going to plant these up. So that's it. We got them all in. They look really scraggly right now, and that's completely normal. They are supposed to look just like this. They'll perk up in a couple days. They've been through a lot today, so we're going to let them rest tonight. I've watered them all in. I'm going to give them another drink a little bit later this afternoon. I got some peppers here as well, just some standard jalapeno and bell peppers. Nothing too fancy. I just popped those in. We'll see where we get with those. These onions are going to be in sun almost all day, about 10 hours per day. So plenty of sunshine, lots and lots of food. Like I mentioned before, we did biotone them today, and they'll get another dose of garden tone a little bit later on, about a month from now, and then I'll probably do one more feeding a little bit later on. They've got plenty of food here with the compost that we put in, so they should be good to go, and hopefully we get some really good sized bulbs. The candy onions really put on a lot of size, so hoping for that. So we have one more thing to plant, and then we're going to be done for the day, and that's our tomato plant. So with the tomato, what we're going to do, I know a lot of you are probably familiar with tomatoes, but I'm going to share anyway. So with the tomato plant, we're going to actually plant it. I'm going to take off the bottom few leaves here, and we're going to plant it all the way up to here. All of this will root, and I want that to happen. I don't want just the roots that it come with. I think it can do a lot better if it's a little bit further rooted in. Now, generally, I would say plant it high. With all of our other plants, we plant them high. We don't plant them this far in the ground, but these are a little bit special. They're a vine, and they're gonna root in, so they're gonna be great. So let's get it in the ground. Nice roots on there. I'm gonna take first couple sets of leaves off. Try not to break it. Get these gloves off. I can't do anything with these on when I'm trying to do delicate work. Take one more set of leaves. And there we go. Now we're going to plant it all the way up to the leaves and put a little biotone in the bottom. More. And in we go. Yeah, we've buried it all the way up, and that should be fine. Now I am chancing it with the deer with this plant, but my plan is to come in with the tomato cage and hopefully keep the deer away from it, but that may not happen. I am going to leave it out in the open tonight. I'm not going to put a cage on it just yet. I'll probably do that in the next couple of days. Hopefully they won't come by and need a snack later tonight. There's plenty for them to eat out and about, so I think they should be fine. I'm going to water this in, and then we're going to be good to go. So I hope you've enjoyed watching today. I really appreciate you joining us. Again, we are a brand new channel, so thanks for sticking with us if you've watched our other videos. If you're new, thanks for joining us today. We're getting used to this. This is totally new for us, so our quality will get better as we go along, so we really appreciate any comments or suggestions that you may have. We appreciate those as well. So with that, we're done for the day. We've got a lot more projects coming. We're going to do some containers here in the next couple of days. So we'll see you then.